I'm going to bring Olu in. He's back. He's on now. But what I need to do is just change the background to this, and then do this. And there he is. Olu, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm very well. What do you want to challenge Big Steve on?
Yeah. Well, first of all, Steve, can you smile a little bit, man? I know you like to play this arrogant character, but just smile a little bit for me, man.
I'm happy, mate. Honestly, I'm happy more than you know. Remember Pep saying that, more than you know. That's it.
No,
more than you know.
Listen, as a City fan, you should be happy. I'm not gonna hate on that, but I think there's a few things that you say which I think you sort of warp it in a way which doesn't make sense to me, and I think it's just sort of telling half truth. So let's take first of all the whole net spend, and everyone uses net spend, and people don't put things in context, right? So my daughter is here. The problem with when people say Man City bought the league is because your owners are cash rich. Every other team don't have cash rich owners in the same way. So you look at the Crown case, it's mostly assets. They have to sell to make money, or they have to take loans. You look at some of the other owners, it's the same thing as well. So this whole thing about net spend, the reality is that Man City can go out and actually buy a player tomorrow without thinking too much about it because they have the cash to make it more. Oh, there's my daughter in the background. They have the cash to make it more appealing to other teams. So you take Arsenal, for example. One thing that we say about us is that we, that we, she's distracted me now. That we pay in installments. Well, the reason why we have to pay installments is because for that exact reason, we have to essentially find ways of raising revenue or raising cash or capital to pay for these players. So in a way, City do buy the league. That's not a shot for me because I think in the end, you have the owners, right? No one picks the owners picks the club. But to sometimes turn around and just say, oh, we don't do this, it's actually factually incorrect. In a way, you should just say, you know what, yeah, we bought the league, but so what? We're still the champions. So that's my first bone to pick with you in terms of how sometimes you twist it and, you change sort of the idea from how much spent, as the other chat said, to now saying, oh, it's all about net spend. For me, net spend is irrelevant. It just means that you guys are very good at selling the players that you bought. And then also, you have wasted money. So the likes of Mendy, for example, was a waste of money. I mean, you can agree on that. You've bought defenders in the past. I mean, the amount of defenders, sorry, I know I'm talking a lot. And the amount of defenders that Pep has bought shows that actually you are willing to spend money to fix a problem. So for me, don't hide away from saying that and don't twist it because that's just the reality. But what do you say to that?
First of all, the Mendy case is a bit special. So, he's in jail, so we can't really say much about him. So, but Manchester City is a football club. We spend money in the early days. Yeah, of course we did. But look at us now, the players we sell. You don't want to talk about net spend because you just said that we're good at selling the players. The academy last season raised 135 million. We bought Erling Haaland for 54 and we bought Alvarez for 14. So are they not good signings?
They're fantastic signings. I'm not saying you're not great at signing players.
You've got to give credit to Man City when they do things right. They didn't go out there and spend 85 million for Maguire. They didn't go and buy Alexis Sanchez and pay him 600 grand a week. Mm-hmm. They didn't go and above and beyond for Declan Rice. They backed away to what we, seem viable. For the last 6 years, the trophies that we win, when you win trophies, you get money. The revenue, everyone wants to be a part of Man City. Mm-hmm. So our owners have been putting big chunks of money in the club for many a year now. It's been running itself. So performance on the pitch, performance off the pitch, academy sales. So we're entitled to spend that money because we're all under FFP. So we can't just go out there and replace a player if it doesn't work within the constraints of it. But I just think it's an easy cop-out for rival fans to come in here and say, you bought the league. Because halfway through the season, Arsenal were top of the league by a long way and they were looking they're going to win it. We was having a crisis. Pep Guardiola had to make tactical changes, change personnel. We had to go to a flat back four. These are things that won us the league. Nobody bought anybody in the middle of the season to win City the league. We had to deal with it ourselves. And that's why Pep Guardiola is the best. So I just think it gets tiresome from a City fan because all people say is when we win, all you say is you cheated, 115 charges, you bought the league, Pep Guardiola's going to leave. What happens when the Sheikh gets bored? It becomes tiresome. I do these shows every week. I listen to them every week. I'd rather someone just come out and say, do you know what? Manchester City have done it right. They'd spent money in the early days. They've got up to a level now where they're earning their own money. They're winning trophies. Every year they're making 2 or 3 positive signings. The academy is unbelievable. They're buying football clubs or crown that work. Or rather somebody come out and just say, look, because everybody now wants oil money. Everybody now wants a shake. The other year they didn't want that, but that's the difference. And
I know.
you know, I just don't want to. I just don't listen to people throwing derogatory terms at Man City because a lot of it's jealousy. At the end of the day, if a shake came knocking on any club's door, all the fans would be going wild wanting a shake. All of them.
I agree with you. Listen, I'm not, again, like I said, I'm more balanced in this in terms of saying that I understand what you're saying. Look, okay. No titles have ever been bought without, I mean, apart from maybe Leicester, no club has actually ever won the title without buying players. So in reality, I agree with you. Everyone buys the league in some shape or form, right? But I think that when Man City fans get too defensive about it and don't accept the fact and say, look, yes, we did buy the league, right? We did spend a shitload of money. And yes, our net spend is great because we've sold players. I think that's just doing a disservice because it's just.
If I came on here and said to you, "Yeah, we did buy the league," everyone would say I'm arrogant, so I can't win.
Listen, I understand that, and I'm not. Listen, I'm not going to be like everyone.
Well, I only come on and defend Man City as a club because I know the good we're doing. I know the way it's being done, and I trust my chairman. My chairman came out and said, "We will address these charges in a few weeks' time, whenever, and I'll have strong things to say about them." So, if you was an Arsenal fan, would you not back your chairman? Would you not back your manager? Would you not back your club? I do the same. So people might not like it, but that's just me. And I'm not one of these fans that sits in my bedroom and slags everybody off. I'm there week in, week out. I'm invested in my club more than probably I'm invested in some of my family members. So
of course,
it's a part of me, isn't it? So that's why I defend my club passionately, because I feel like we're there getting stones thrown at us all the time. No matter what we do good, someone will always have something bad to say about it. And that's why I've just got to try and filter out the clowns from the genuine football people. And once I do that, then like you're having a genuine conversation with me now, I talk to you about football all day. I know you're a genuine fan. But some people will come on and just say silly things and for a reaction and that. So, yeah, I can be defensive. Don't get me wrong, but I don't apologise for it. I always will be.
No, I understand that. I would say though, sorry, just very quickly, on the charges thing, I mean, the thing is that there's no smoke without fire. Now, whether Man City are guilty or not, that'll be proven in court if it ever goes to court or whatever the arbitration is, right? But I think we can't say there is no smoke without fire. There are things which I saw myself, which I thought didn't make sense. Now, I'm not a financial lawyer, so I'm not going to be able to go into the details and say, okay, this is the code and this is what was broken and this is the evidence, because again, we haven't seen the evidence as well. We just sort of. Most people say it as banter. The reality is that we don't know what we don't know. My thing is just that there were things which looked a little bit shady. The one that really stuck out to me was I think it was X1Bet being the official partner of Man City in Asia. And when I went to their LinkedIn, it was stock images of they've taken from the internet of the CEO and some of the workers. It was really about, I think it was 15 people. And then the reality is that a company of 15 people sponsoring a giant or growing giant like Man City just didn't make sense. But I'm not going to turn around and say Man City are guilty, because it's in the end, it's innocent before proven guilty.
Everybody already has. That's what I'm saying. So it's not a fair shout, is it? Because you go on these shows and everybody, we've been charged with alleged breaches, but already says we're guilty. So if we come out now and they say you beat the charges, people will say you've paid them off. So we can't win. We know that as Man City fans. We don't care. All I'm doing is I'm a football fan. I'm not an accountant. I don't know what goes on in the boardroom. I'm a Man City fan. So I'm here to talk football. I think it's a very easy cop out for rival fans to come on and talk about charges that they don't know nothing about. You don't know about them. I don't know about them. Terry don't know about them. We're all reading hacked emails from WikiLeaks and things like that. Listen, let the lawyers deal with that. And then one thing I've always said though, if Manchester City are guilty of anything like that, I will come on here and there'll be nobody more ashamed than me, because that's my club that I spend my money on week in, week out. So I want to know as a fan what's been going on. But at the minute, no one's been charged. No one's been found guilty. It's all going through the courts. Let it go through the courts, process it. At the end of the day, I think people need to be football fans before they want to be accountants. There's too many Instagram accountants on here that are already making the mind up. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Olu, I really appreciate you coming on, mate, and getting involved and everything else, mate. We'll chat to you again another time. Top man.